Oh my God.
A washer and a dryer.
So,
And the computer. And the TV. What room are y'all in? Like, what the fuck?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Like, y'all could have moved something to the kitchen or something like that. Like, I'm sure y'all got another room that just don't got shit in it right now. You got an empty room with a whole full of outlets.
Oh my God. I can't with you.
Oh, wow. 3, 2. All right. We live. Back at it again. You know what's going on. It's Unpopular, the podcast. We got Wiz, the cameraman, in the building. We got Randall in the building. It is the 28th of November.
28th of November.
Month about to be over. About to be in December. Thanksgiving was just the other day. Yeah. Yesterday. Literally yesterday. Black Friday.
Thanksgiving Eve was a motherfucker.
Black Friday. Today.
Thanksgiving Eve was a motherfucker. You remember that? You remember that shit I told you about?
Thanksgiving Eve.
You don't know about that either, do you? Yeah. No, it's this like apparently it's like this, probably only in America, this holiday where like kids like from college are coming home from school, obviously. So like that's when they all meet up at like bars to drink their life away and shit. So Thanksgiving Eve, it's a celebration or a day pretty much only drinkers know, or whatever the fuck, when they just come out and get like wasted, like beyond comprehension and shit.
I can understand. So I can understand the concept, but don't call it that. Don't call it Thanksgiving Eve.
No, like
not you personally.
That's what
people. Don't call it Thanksgiving.
Don't call it that.
Don't call it Thanksgiving.
Why?
Eve. Because that's stupid. That's dumb.
So like the kids come in and get drunk as shit, bro. We are getting old because I was seeing 2004 IDs.
You're not reminding me of how much I am getting old.
I was seeing 2004 IDs, and that actually got me angry.
Like, do you know you've heard of this 6-7 meme?
No.
Or whatever.
No. Do I want to know?
No, you don't.
So don't talk about it. Unless you're going to anyway.
Nah, but I'm just talking. It's just funny because that's what's funny now for kids or whatever.
What is it?
I don't want to talk about it too much.
You see, now you got me curious.
Really funny. It's
now you got me curious. Okay?
It's not really that funny, so I don't want to talk about it too much. But I want to talk about it in reference of how we're getting old, because my niece hit me with it in the craziest way the other day. She was like, you remember how we used to do shit like up high, in the middle, down low, right. Too slow.
Oh God! Shit. Okay, and what is this?
Feel me? So she hit me with the down low, in the middle, in heaven, 6-7. And I said, "Yo, I'm getting fucking old."
What the fuck is that?
Oh,
what is that?
6-7 is so dumb.
That's.
6-7 is so dumb.
Hey, yo, Dean was right. Because, this generation is getting dumb as hell.
6-7 is so dumb specifically because there's like 2 separate narratives going behind it and what it actually means.
Okay. And what are the 2 separate narratives? Go ahead.
So, one narrative is that it's highly related to like gang violence and like also violence in general.
Okay.
It having some correlation to like police code and stuff like that.
It sounds so stupid.
The other is that it means absolutely nothing.
So it's just kids being dumb?
It's like how can I describe what it means? It's like to say 6, 7 is like it's like making your own inside joke.
Okay.
It's like making your own inside joke.
That's still dumb, though.
It's very dumb because it's like saying if you know, you know. But it's like everybody knows.
Right. So it's not a secret anymore.
So right. So you're not validating anything by saying this. Kids, man. Kids.
I mean, David, the fact that we can say kids now, that's actually a little wild. The fact that we can actually say that is actually really kind of crazy. But, I mean, it is what it is. Oh, speaking of which, do you know that apparently there's a study that recently came out that actually said that, like, that actually pointed out the 4 different, like, times in which, like, human beings really do change, like, mentally because of their brain development or brain changes. So, apparently, the phase adolescence begins at age 9 and doesn't end until 32.
What?
You're basically, so it's, according to this study,
What?
You're apparently still considered an adolescent until you're 32.
Don't?
In terms of like your mental maturity or whatever bullshit. Like after 32 or 33, something happens where like that's where like the real mental shift changes.
The joy, if there's any joy left in your body, it's gonna get sucked out.
I never said that.
If there's any innocence left in you, it's gonna burn out. It's sizzle out.
Well, like it's like more of like when you turn 33, I guess it's like where really when like you could say life really starts for the most part.
That doesn't make me feel confident, Randall. That doesn't make me feel confident at all.
In what?
In anything. The fact that I'm still considered an adolescent until for like the next fucking 4 years, nigga.
Well, for me, it's 2.
But we've been that way. But we've been that way since 9. You telling me I've been an adolescent for almost 20 years?
That's what the study says. Don't get mad at me.
This is, you know, the other reason why I don't like this.
Why?
Because that feels like it's validating people for not being mature.
Well, no, David, like it's not like necessarily from a cultural standpoint. It's coming from like an actual science standpoint, right. Where like they're really studying the brain, like what real shifts happen.
But some dipshit's gonna read that and be like, "See, it's okay. We're all just adolescents. But you're a grown ass man. Get your shit together." No, like people like that's why I don't like that. Like, someone's gonna read that and make an excuse. Like I don't like that. I don't like that at all. That does not make me feel confident about people.
But Damien, here's the thing. The problem with that is like people are
like between 9 and 32 is a big ass range. It's a lot of fucking years to still be adolescent.
Well, technically, Damien, your brain doesn't finish cooking until you're 25. Technically,
but that's.
I'm not saying that like you don't reach a level of maturity. It's like it's more of like your brain is like officially done cooking.
That's literally like 23 years of a 23-year pocket of being immature.
David, unfortunately, I mean, there's some truth to that. Let's keep it real here. I'm not trying to be like cynical about it, but let's keep it real here.
All right, but see now I'm questioning all of it. Like, what about me being 9 is now making me adolescent?
In terms of what?
In terms of whatever the fuck they're talking about. They're the ones coming up with the terms, and I'm supposed to be listening to them and following them.
I don't know. I don't know. I think it's where like it's like I'm not trying to say maybe they're saying that like you can't be trusted to make decisions, but it's more of like like I'm not saying that, but it could be.
I'm definitely saying that. But what are you saying?
It's like I think what they're referring to is that like during that time frame, you're still really trying to figure shit out. Where it's like after 33, it's like probably no, apparently. Also, speaking of which, there is also a study. I don't know how real this is either. Is that apparently men reach or achieve financial security by age 33. That's what the stats have said. Apparently, there's the stat somewhere on the internet that says that men reach financial security at 33. So maybe that's when, like, I don't know, I'm high as shit, but whatever.
There are grown ass men out there living with their parents, living at home with their parents in their 40s. There are elderly men who should be retired right now, working their ass off, trying to make shit happen, making ends meet.
Right.
I want to hear shit about no financially stable at 33.
Well, David, here's actually a funny thing about that. Here's the funny thing about the whole men living with their parents still, David. That actually
it's everybody.
No, but the argument is actually a possibility where obviously it's financial because like nobody can afford a house now at all, or even an apartment.
At all.
That's a whole another conversation that I'm not about to get into. But there's also a cultural attitude about it as well, because there's parts of the world where families don't really move out. Like kids don't move out of their parents' house, their family's houses. They all live in the same roof. And the crazy thing about that is that I know that because like one of my mom's friends, that's how her family is. Their grandparents actually live with them, and their kids actually live with them.
Sometimes it's cultural like that.
Yeah, it really is cultural, and they're actually Spanish, so they actually all live in the same area. Like grandma's in the house, grandpa's in the house, the kids are in the house.
A lot of cultures do that for real.
Yeah.
Like,
so you could raise an argument.
I feel like even to some extent, in certain parts of America, people still would practice that kind of thing.
So you can make an argument. So the question really is that like where does the like the questioning or like the kind of like disgust feeling people get at the idea of like adult or like grown adults still living with their parents? Like obviously it could be possibly because they can't afford to actually live or they can't afford to get their own place to live. But it could also just be like, yeah, that's just my family. Like we just all live together. We don't really, separate like that.
I think we've pushed a agenda of wanting to be self-sufficient individuals and have stuff for ourselves. Ultimately, we have these things so that we can acquire more dependence. So we can start families and stuff like that. So we can start businesses, so we can engage more with our community type of thing.
Yeah. Like more independently without our parents around.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily. Yeah, right. Eventually you branch off from your parents to have your own.
But that's where the difference in cultures actually does play a factor, because that's just not the case with other countries where they all just stick together. It's like you all kind of live in the same spot and you don't really leave. It's just the generations just stay in that one house or in that one apartment or in that one neighborhood in general. They don't go nowhere.
Yeah,
they stay in that same area. It's like they somebody could say like this house had like 7 generations of the same family just living in the same roof.
I mean, eventually you have to branch out in order to find new mates and stuff like that. But keeping generations tight and keeping things in your family name is a very important thing to do, for sure. You gotta. That's how you like. Otherwise, you'll lose that part of your history. You'll lose that part of your legacy.
Right. And I mean, that's where like the whole idea of like legacies in general and like how important or even unimportant it might be, because a lot of people are really obsessed with that, like with the word legacy and like wanting something to outlive them or something to continue, like knowing you left something behind.
Think about it. You will be the one to carry on the last name of Ramirez for your family.
Yeah.
Because eventually your sisters are going to get married and take on their husband's last names.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they do, I mean, like, marriage is a problem in this country right now, but that's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Is my mic off? No, it's not off.
But yeah, I think stuff like that,
which is actually crazy because, like, my mom and her family, that's actually their situation too. Because, like, my 2 uncles, they don't have kids. It's only my mom and my aunt. Those are the only 2 people in the family that actually have kids.
I actually got my last name from my grandmother.
Yeah. Yeah, and I actually didn't know that about you, for example, because like that's one of the reasons why I didn't know that your cousin was actually your cousin. You know what I mean? Like the one that I worked with, like I didn't know that.
I could be a Murdoch. Crazy.
It's like, but like, why didn't you?
My Yeah, I think it just came from my grandmother.
So like, here's the thing. So like, are you? Is
I think by the time my, I think at the time of, my dad and my aunt being born, my grandparents weren't married yet,
oh, okay,
and she took that. She wanted to keep that last name that she got,
right,
and give that to her children.
right, fair enough.
They had that. They always had that choice if they wanted to be a Murdoch.
So your grandfather's name, your grandfather's
My
last
grandfather's
name
last name is Murdoch.
is
Yes.
Murdoch, but your grandmother's name is Williams.
My grandmother's last name is Williams.
And see, oh, okay, so all right,
when they got married, then it became Murdoch. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it now. Okay, I get it. That actually makes sense.
But the Williams always stayed with my aunt and my dad. When they got married, they had the opportunity to take the Murdoch too, but they kept the Williams.
Right.
So.
Right. That, like, bro, it's so, bro, names and last names are mad interesting, but the crazy thing is that they're all made up. All names are made up. Like,
it's just
like
noise.
Like what? It's just
noise that
noise
I call,
in the air.
This is what I call myself.
Yeah. It's like it's so
bull crap. That's what I call me.
Yeah, like when you really think about it, bro, like names like don't make any sense at all, bro. Like we just did that to make sense of ourselves and communicate with one another. It's like I look at you and I see a black guy, but like, I'm not gonna call you that. I'm gonna call you Davian.
Yeah,
it's like it's so crazy. Though. It's all made up. Like literally it's all made up for the most part. Just names like out of nowhere.
Yeah,
like,
man.
What
think about how like even like nicknames come on top of that type of shit. Like, that's just fucking crazy.
That's crazy. Now wait. Now here's a question because like all right. So here's the thing about me. For example, my name is Randall, but it's from me and my dad because I actually it's the same name as my father's. But for some reason, like only my sisters and my mom and some people in my extended family from my mom's side, they call me Randy. Is that like is that a nickname or is that just a shortened version of my actual name? Or is that a name in and of itself?
I mean, Randy is a name in and of itself. Yes, I would consider it a nickname in the case that it's a shortened version of your name. Yes.
Okay.
Like my mom and my aunt, call me Dede.
They call you what?
Dede.
Dede.
Yeah.
Is that like the adult version of Dada?
Nah.
I'm just making a joke.
Just like a nickname. You know, like Dede from next Friday.
Oh shit! I didn't even connect that.
Like Dede from next Friday.
I didn't even connect that shit.
But yeah, they might still call me that now, type of thing. But
like
my dad.
Now let me ask you. Like,
my dad would call me Duke. That's like my nickname.
Now, but here's the question though. But like, does that bother you though at this age? Because David, I'm gonna be honest with you, David. I love my sisters and I love my mom, but like to some degree, like being called Randy, especially with the wrong tone of voice, it sounds condescending, bro.
You know, I can understand it. I can understand it feeling weird from like siblings. That I can understand.
Especially from like someone who's older or even younger than me. Like it's so crazy. Like and
siblings, it might be a little bit.
And the thing is that like I'm so used to it, like from my family. But the problem is, I've had coworkers that have tried saying it to me, and I'll keep it real with you, bro. When they say it to me, I snap my neck and I look like, and I get low key kind of pissed because like, it's not supposed to come out your mouth. You're not supposed to call me that. It's been so ingrained in my brain that like only your family, only your sisters, only your mother, only your aunt and your grandmother, only they can call you that. My dad doesn't even call me Randy. He doesn't.
Straight like it.
It's like straight up, bro. Like, you know what I mean? He doesn't even call me that. But my sisters and my mom, it automatically comes out their mouth. They can't even like say Randall.
Yeah, it's just that's their that's why you gotta look at it differently because it's an endearing thing.
Yeah, it's like you see, I get that, and I understand it's a term of endearment, but like. I don't know. Maybe it's because like I've been bullied as a kid that like I don't know the difference between like playful teasing and endearment versus like actual like persecution and shit. I just can't tell the difference. If somebody says something to me that makes me feel embarrassed or kind of ashamed of who I am and shit, for some reason I just like no matter how they're trying to make it sound, whether it's endearing or just flat out bullying and shit, I just can't tell the difference.
I can understand.
You know what I mean?
I can understand being in that position. I think from that, I think being in experiences like that, I've just learned how to be quicker on my feet.
In terms of reactions?
Yeah.
You see, I've never learned how to do that. I never really learned how to like snap back at like somebody, not in like a malicious way, but like, you know, playfully teasing them back. I've never been able to do that shit. And I mean, I don't really want to, but like, it's always been like that for the most part. But the crazy thing is, Davian, like, real talk.
You have to.
It's like, on a side note, I'm sorry to cut you off. When we were at the Cheesecake Factory together, right? Do you know that all the female staff members called me one nickname that low key pissed me off so bad because one of the chicks in there, I forget her name. I think her name was Raina or something. I remember her, like she actually gave me that nickname and she would always call me that. And for some reason, I just like I was so irritated by it and I allowed it to show. And you called me out on that one day and said, "Yo, Randall, you're dumb as hell, bro. Like they'll call you that name, bro. Like they're all flirting with you and shit. They're all like trying to get your attention, and you're being stupid."
What were they calling you?
Huh?
What was the nickname?
I think it was Randallini or something.
Randallini.
It's like I don't even know why they call me that shit.
Bullshit.
Yeah, they called me that.
Now that I just remembered that shit, I'm like, Randallini. That is some bull crap. Like, nah, that was definitely front with you, but if I heard that every day, I would have been like, yo, fuck y'all bitches. Randallini. Ain't no fucking pasta, no damn magician, bitch.
No, like, they would call me this shit all the time, bro.
Fuck, I look like a magician to you? Randallini.
Oh my god. But like, nah, that shit kind of pissed me off. But like, apparently it was them like just trying to get me to talk. Cause like, number one, I didn't talk. I didn't really deal with nobody in there. But it's like, it's like they tried so hard. Cause I unfortunately was known as like the guy there that was very mean and shit. And I feel bad about it now, but like, I was just having a horrible time between my late teens and early 20s. From 18 to like 22, I was having like the worst time.
Even in your own personal life, you know, the experiences that you went through at the time that you was at the Cheesecake Factory, you know, was unfortunate. You know,
it was that. Well, you know what the crazy
especially with your house and everything like that.
I was about to bring that up right now. I didn't even realize that, like, yo, real talk, that situation really did actually happen to me, and I don't know the lasting impact of that, bro. Like, you don't really realize, like, how much of an impact something like that happens to you, especially if it doesn't happen to you directly. Because I was working when that day actually fucking happened to me. Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck? I was
changed a lot for your family.
Yeah, I was sitting there. I was literally sitting there, like, by the register working, and a cop walked in, and he didn't even walk up to me. He didn't even bother. He looked at me for a second, and he thought, like, is that him? Because, like, the next thing you know, he goes up to the front desk, and he says, oh, yo, does Randall work here? Without hesitation, all them bitches turned around and looked at me. They snapped their necks, and they looked right at me the second they heard my name. Because either I was going to jail or some bullshit. Like, they looked at me like, what is he doing? And then next thing you know, our manager, Alva, like, walked up to me very nicely and said, hey, do you know where your family is? It's like, yeah, they're at home. It's like, do me a favor, call them. I tried calling them, didn't go through, called them again. I was like, get out, go, just drive off, be with your family, just go home and deal with them. Right? The cop wouldn't even talk to me. The cop,
nobody tell you what happened.
No,
that's fucked up.
The cop just asked.
That's fucked up.
I literally looked at the cop and said, hey, is everything okay? He's like, I was told just to come up here and ask for your name.
That's fucked up. Fuck the police for that. Word is bond. Fuck the police for that. This ain't HIPAA. Like, y'all better start revealing some damn information. Like, what the hell? A firefighter would tell me what the fuck is going on. Like,
yeah, it's like, that shit was crazy, bro. Like, on some real shit, nigga. But, like, and I remember when I was driving, my sister called me and then told me what happened and shit. I was worried. I was losing my mind and shit. Because I went over there and I pulled over in the middle of the road, like, because everything was blocked off and shit. And every single person in that neighborhood was out their house, standing in the street, looking, seeing what happened. Because there was like 14 fire trucks. Every city, every town, every county, every borough came in. We had trucks all the way from Hillsborough and fucking like from Hillsborough and all the way from fucking like not Somerville, somewhere else like Franklin, all the way down there, bro. Like 14 fire trucks, like 4 of them were like parked on my lawn.
How did the fire start?
The fire started because we had one of those, one of the plugins where you have one of those long plugins where you can plug multiple ones at once.
Circuit breaker.
Circuit breaker. Thank you.
Or a surge protector.
Surge protector, whatever. So like we had one of those by the computer, and it was all like we had like probably like 12 or 15 wires in there.
Oh Lord!
And we weren't thinking about it, right?
That is loaded up.
But we were, and it was in the back room, like that was the sunroom basically, because it had all the windows and shit. And we had unfortunately, this house was built from the '60s, so everything was kind of connected to it. We had the computer in there. That's where all the wires were. We had the TV and the couch in there. That's pretty much all where we hung out and in the living room and shit. And then, unfortunately, there was the washer and dryer in the same room.
What?
In the same room. That's how crazy built my house was.
Fucking nuts.
Like crazy shit, bro.
Having a surge protector with a oh my God. A washer and a dryer.
So hey,
and the computer and the TV. What room are y'all in? Like what the fuck? Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, y'all could have moved something to the kitchen or something like that. Like, I'm sure y'all got another room that just don't got shit in it right now. You got an empty room with full of outlets.
Oh my God, I can't with you.
Oh, wow.
Yo, are you done yet?
Yeah, I'm done.
Are you done?
I'm
Are you
done?
done? I'm done. Okay. Getting back to the story. Oh my God, I'm crying.
That shit, buddy.
Oh my God. Okay, so, as I was saying.
Yeah.
The washer and dryer was in that room. One of the pieces of lint from the dryer got out the dryer and was sitting on it. And mind you, this was back in September, so it was still kind of warm out. And it was actually around the same time I had left for work, at like 4:45 and shit. So somewhere around that time, that's when that piece of lint got onto the circuit breaker or surge protector, and it basically just caught fire.
Wow.
And the sun was actually kind of glaring on it apparently, so like that's like what ignited like the lint, from catching fire and shit.
Because you're in the sunroom with the glass windows and shit.
That's crazy. But anyway, I'm not trying to make humor about shit that happened to me. But anyway,
nah, you got to be able to laugh about it now. Like, you can't be sad about it forever.
No, you're right. So like, I remember this shit, right? And we were, so that sunroom got covered in smoke and shit, and it started seeping into the floor of the upstairs rooms. My sisters were upstairs and they saw the smoke bellowing and building up and shit, and they started screaming, like to the top of their lungs. Now my dad was in his room taking a nap because he usually does it on Sundays, after the game or before the game,
right?
Whatever it is. He got up to them screaming and then ran, and they were screaming that there was smoke in the house. He opened the door to his room, got smacked with a cloud of smoke.
Wow!
My dad hit the floor and started crawling on the floor to get to where they were at. Went up the stairs, grabbed them, brought them downstairs. One of my dogs ran out the house, but the other one, he had like a neurological problem and he didn't really comprehend what was happening, or he had gotten stuck somewhere because like he wasn't barking or wasn't doing anything according to my dad. My dad ran back into the house to literally go find him and save him, and he thought that he was upstairs, so he went back upstairs to look for him, but he wasn't in there. He was sitting actually by the chimney in the living room in the front of the house, in his bed. And my dad didn't see it, but but the smoke got to him, and he had to run outside. He collapsed on the floor. My neighbor is I think the wife, or I think the mom. She came over. She helped grab his arms and helped carry him across the street to his yard. Splashed his face with water, woke him up, and got rushed to the hospital. And that's probably when the cop showed up to my house.
Mm.
And then I had to go and run and do whatever bullshit.
Mm.
I was doing like 105 on the freeway.
I can imagine.
In the middle of like traffic around like 6 o'clock.
Mm.
Like it was so bad. It was a Sunday. But
Mm.
and the next thing you know, I get to the street. I pull over. I run to the cop. I'm surprised the cop didn't like try to do something to me because I was sprinting at him. But I asked him like this is my house. Where's my family? And apparently he told me that like everybody made it out the house. They're at this hospital. Go there. Go do go do what you need to do. Man, and that's the story. But that shit was crazy.
That shit is crazy. Word bun.
Like that is the most traumatic thing that's ever happened to me. And like a lot of people don't know what that feels like.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know that experience. They don't know that reality.
Yeah.
So like now that I look back at it, bro.
Like, thankfully, you made it with your whole family. But y'all lost your house. Like that was everything.
We lost our house and we lost one of our dogs.
Mm-hmm.
But like it was crazy because like now that I look back at it, bro, like the first night we were staying at that hotel, that's when it really sunk in.
Mm-hmm.
That like we had lost something. Mm-hmm. And the funny thing was that I actually went to work the following Tuesday. I was off work on Monday and then I went to work the following Tuesday. Mm-hmm. And shit is like I think I was, how old was I? I was 19 at the time. Mm-hmm. I was 19 at the time. This was now officially 10 years ago.
Right.
I was 19 at the time, and I remember this, like, one of the girls I used to work with, you remember Ashley? Mm-hmm. The Jamaican chick, the black Jamaican chick, you remember her? Yeah. Her brother is actually a fireman, and he actually was at my house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's actually how she found out. And then, like, I remember later on, literally, like, the day after the fire, on Monday, I was getting text messages and people were blowing up my phone and my Facebook page or whatever it was because they were trying to like gather things up for me and my family and shit. Mm-hmm. And I remember on Tuesday when I had come in, she had been opening the bar and I came in. I was trying to tune out the world, jamming out some music, doing whatever I needed to fucking do to distract myself and shit. Right. And the second she saw me, ran up to me, gave me a hug, and told me like I knew I found out what happened because my brother was there. And he told me, what happened. Just making sure that I'm okay and shit. And yeah, it's like I was trying to just tune out the world and try to be happy, but everybody just reinforced it. Mm-hmm. And I mean, they weren't doing it like maliciously, but like they were just that concerned about it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
But like, I guess you can say that had a really strong impact on me mentally and shit.
I can imagine that had a strong impact on how everybody else was interacting around you as well. For sure. Yeah.
It's like, cause were you working there when that happened to me, or you?
No, I think I got there after that.
Yeah, I think you got there after that shit. Like, yeah, I think so.
It was some years after that, maybe.
Yeah. Well, because you came in one day and like I think you and I became friends actually because of obviously because of what happened with a friend of yours back then. Well, it was actually also because I made a comment about politics and you made a comment back, and that's when we basically just became friends at that point and shit. And then we just started talking back and forth, when I would work, I would work the register, you'd be closing the night, and then I would come help you, and I would always stay late to help you out and shit. And I gave you a ride home a number of times, and then that's when our friendship was solidified.
Yeah, my freaking struggle, man, working at the damn Cheesecake Factory, not having no damn car. It's tragic times. It's tragic times, man.
Because I remember we became friends because I think your girlfriend at the time, either it was her car or your car.
No, it was her car.
It was her car, and something failed. Mm-hmm. Something failed, she couldn't figure it out, and she lost her mind. She came in crying, and she was holding you and shit.
It was it was something like her security system in the car was preventing the car from turning itself on.
Oh, okay. So almost like a child lock or something.
Something like that. It was random. Didn't know how it happened.
Yeah.
And thinking it was other issues like the battery or something like that, but it was something that simple. I ended up figuring it out the next day.
Yeah.
Flip some kind of switch.
Yeah, and then but that night, you and I, like, I guess our friendship was solidified from there because like we were we actually drove to my house after the shift, and then we actually came back, and that's when we actually with my dad's tools, and we tried to fix something, and a bolt that of one of my dad's tools fell into the car, and we were trying to figure out how to get it out, but like
that shit wasn't coming out.
you said you're gonna give me the bread later for it, but the funny thing is you actually got it out.
Oh yeah,
you got it out. You gave it to me like a week later. It fell out the car and shit.
Yeah, because I think once I got this shit on or whatever, or I was able to look underneath it.
Yeah.
Yep. That's crazy.
Yeah. When did speaking because we're smoking right now, when did you and I first smoke weed together? When did that happen?
It might have been.
I forgot.
One of those first times. It was definitely. It had to be on like a ride home. You were giving me a ride home, and you were giving me a ride home, and you had this fucking gorilla finger. 'Cause you were a crazy person back then, smoking whole apes in backwoods and whole apes and honeyberry backwoods. He would just take the eighth and
yo, that actually is true though. Like I actually did. Yo, that's actually crazy that I used to do that as a
gave me a ride home. You smoke? Yeah, I smoke. Then he passed me this shit. I said, what the fuck is this? I said, oh shit. You smoke for real. He's like, yeah, I smoke.
I don't. Yeah.
And it was probably like,
it ain't that size.
It was probably like a little bit bigger than this.
No, it was way bigger than that.
I'm saying a little bit longer than this.
No, it was thicker than that.
Hold on. I'm saying it was probably like the length that. But by the time I got up, he dropped me off. The length of it was like a little bit longer than this, but it was fat as hell. Whatever. It's probably like fatter than the lighter. Almost. Word is wrong.
I used to smoke so much.
And he's like, "Here, you want this?" I'm like, "Yeah, you sure you don't want it?" He's like, "Nah, I smoke." All right, whatever. So I took that this lighter, because that's what the fuck he gave me, of a blunt. I went back and I went upstairs and I unraveled that bull crap and I smoked the whole regular blunt with that gorilla knuckle Randall left me with. I said, I'll fuck with Randall. Randall smoke.
Bro, I actually remember the first time I actually did that. I actually remember this, bro. This was like back when so we had moved out of the hotel because I think the insurance got us into an apartment complex.
Nice. And
we were living in an apartment complex that was actually 2 minutes from Cheesecake. It's actually right by the mall, Bridgewater Oaks. So we lived there and shit. And I remember like I got my own room, bro. My room was lit. My room was like so fucking big, bro. And I had a whole like queen size bed to myself.
Oh shit, lit.
Yeah, it was lit as hell, bro. Like it was crazy. But I remember one night I remember after that we had moved into another apartment complex. I was in the same area, but it was a lot smaller though. And I remember sitting in my room one day and like I don't know where I got this bud from or whatever the fuck, but for some reason I was on back around like 2015 when my house burned down. I was on a Migos craze, and I was listening I was listening to Migos 24/7, bro, and I would always hear them talking about like rolling backwoods and smoking backwoods and shit. And so I went online to look up how to roll a backwood and shit, and I couldn't figure it out. But I went to the store, I bought a single backwood, and I had like an eighth of bud on me or shit like that. So I took the backwood and I took a knife and I did a rookie mistake and I cut it in the middle.
Oh god!
I didn't realize that you had to unravel the shit.
Oh wow!
I didn't realize you had to do that shit. So I went back to the store. I bought another one. I bought a 5-pack this time actually.
Didn't make that mistake again.
Just to be safe. And so I unraveled it and I put basically. So the reason why I rolled it so thick was mainly because like when I rolled it normally, there was so much paper left.
Yeah.
So much leaf
so
left.
you can either
So
cut some paper off, or you put enough stuff in there so that it's sufficient.
So like the thing was, I didn't realize that, like, so I thought to myself, like, okay, this thing is big as hell. I gotta put more butter in it. So I put the whole eighth in it. I put the whole eighth in it because, like, that's where it fit.
That's where it fit.
That's what it fit.
At least make the motherfucker look like it came out the pack. Like, at least make it look like it came out the pack.
It did.
No, your shit looked like a thumb. Your shit looked like a big toe. Your shit's supposed to be cylindrical, you know.
And how were mine?
Your shit was. Shit was like one of them. Your shit was like one of them big pencils for kids.
Oh, shit.
You know, the ones that they you know, they don't know how to hold a pencil yet, so they just hold it like this. One of those.
It was one of those.
Like a marker.
Bro, it couldn't have been that thing.
She was like a Sharpie.
Because, bro, like, I used to roll shit like
a
that.
wide tip.
But that's actually, David, that's actually partly where I came up with Mind of a Stoner from. Because I took that same blunt that night, and I walked out my house to go smoke it and just do a lap around my complex and shit.
Right.
And I smoked the entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was
yeah,
gone.
he was gone.
I was gone.
You didn't need to be smoking no eighth and no backwood. Hey man, that's a story. That is a story to start it off. If I ever heard one. Word is born.
That's crazy. So I remember that shit. And it's like, because
everything went well. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's rolling.
Just got back from work.
Nah.
Got back from a mission.
From a mission, yeah.
From a mission.
Yeah.
What do you mean a mission?
He was getting his car situated, so he had to. Yeah.
Car situated.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
You know the Cadillac that's in the back.
Oh, fair enough. But so like I remember back when I first smoked that shit. Like, make no mistake, like I was paranoid as hell. So I had to sit on like a patch of grass in like a fucking fetal position to like calm myself down and shit. It's like
He was tripping.
I was tripping balls. But I turned on a little bit of music to calm myself down, and it actually worked and shit. So, but like it was a good experience, but like it was a lot though. But bro, now that I think about it, bro, like I really do look back and I'm like, damn, I really did used to smoke all that. I actually used to smoke that much.
was smoking.
It's like I was cooking, bro. Yo, do you remember that?
Smoking.
Bro, do you remember that night that I took that edible when I was working with you?
That was the funniest day ever, yo.
Do you remember
That shit was hilarious. Word is born.
Like, did you take some? I think you took some.
No, I ain't take none of that.
No, I think you did.
I think I was waiting till after, because I was about to take that at work. But she gave it to you and you just ate it. I was like,
it's like, bro,
Randall, we're at work, nigga. Yeah, fuck it. Nah, I'm mad.
Wait, I was mad?
I think he was already tight about something that day or whatever. Or was mad busy. Or somebody was getting on your nerves. He was girl gave you a brownie or whatever. You ate the whole thing. Just thinking crazy.
Did I eat the whole thing or did I just eat a piece of it? I think I just ate a piece of it.
Did you eat the whole thing or did you eat half?
I think I ate only half.
Alright, well, you might have eaten half. No, I thought you ate the whole thing.
Nah, I think I ate.
But
just like
yeah,
a small
nah.
piece of it.
You and then you started getting loose at work. That shit was funny as hell.
Like define loose.
You in the bakery cussing.
I'm doing what?
You in the bakery cussing.
I don't think I was.
You was in the bakery cussing. I mean, you kind of already be cussing at work, but
Well, everyone does anyway.
yeah, I know. But you was having a laugh. We was having a laugh in the bakery that day. We was having a laugh.
But nobody knew though.
That was the day I was talking about. Putting bitches to bed like bugs on a windshield.
I remember that. Yeah.
Had you rolling for a good bit.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, how? So yeah, and I remember like, and then when was the time I actually spoke to you in your house? I think like the first time.
I don't know if that was until after I stopped working at the Cheesecake Factory.
Oh, you know what, Davey? I think I remember that one day. Davey, do you remember that one time like you actually I think called me in the morning and actually asked me to give you a ride to work? Yeah, do you remember that shit?
That.
It may have been like something like that. I think like later on that day we actually split up at your house.
Something like that. I do remember that.
Right.
Long ass time ago.
But that was a good time though, because like I think I met you. I think we became friends like back when I was like, it was before I was 21, right?
This was in. I worked at the Cheesecake Factory in 2017.
Yeah. And you were only there for like I think like a few months though, actually.
Yeah, like 4 months.
No, it wasn't 4 months.
I was there from like July, June maybe, and then I was gone in like September. No, because I remember I was gone before December, so maybe like November.
Fair enough. But yeah, like it was an interesting time back then.
Yeah, it was.
A lot of shit has changed.
It definitely was.
What do you miss about that time?
Honestly, the food. Having the access to the food like that.
At Cheesecake?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know, you would get the plates half off or whatever. I get all this cheesecake I get to take home for free damn near.
Yeah.
You know, that was pretty cool. Had I had a car, I think it would have been better.
Right.
You know?
Is that why you stopped working there? You didn't have a car?
Oh man, not having a car was fucking me over. Yes.
Right.
Well, I was also working at a different spot in the mall, and yeah, it was better. It was in there.
Yeah.
Better in the mall.
I mean, you could have taken the bus though, because like
I was taking the bus, and the bus was fucking me over too. In 2017, man, New Jersey Transit kissed my ass. Where's Bond? Randall, I couldn't tell you how many times I got up earlier before the scheduled time of when the bus is supposed to come get me, and I get there early, and I wait, and the bus doesn't show up, and then it gets to the time when the bus is supposed to get there, and the bus still don't show up. So the bus ain't early and it ain't late. How the fuck I was supposed to catch it to get to work?
Yeah. Yeah. You could have rode a bike. You could have rode a bike.
That's what I ended up translating to, because I would find some way to get to work, and then I might miss the bus trying to leave work, because sometimes we close late, and then the bus don't run no more after a certain time. So now I got this fucking skateboard.
You can ride a skateboard to work.
I would ride that skateboard all the way back home, all the way back from the Cheesecake Factory, all the way back to Boundbrook, nigga.
When did you do that?
When I worked at the Cheesecake Factory.
Damien, I'm pretty sure I gave you rides most of the time.
Sometimes I caught the bus, but sometimes I had that skateboard.
Oh, I did not know that.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes I had that skateboard.
But that was a little skateboard though.
Yeah, it was.
And what you riding it for?
Transportation, nigga. What the fuck? I had to go. Had to go, man.
Yeah.
It would be, I just had to get here.
You remember that shit? Like anything else? Were there any situations where like you actually got like I don't think you got your situation where you ever got in trouble for the most part. Like I don't think so.
At the job?
Yeah. I don't think you did. I did definitely.
No, I don't think I was getting in trouble with the job for real. Unless it was situations of me not being able to make it in the morning on time to open because of this damn bus.
Right.
But besides that, no. I was fucking with him now. I did remember that day I wore that fuck Trump hat?
I remember that shit. I remember that.
I wore this fuck Trump hat that was kind of the same color as the Cheesecake Factory hat. And kind of was in the same,
The same spot.
Same words, same font styling,
Yeah.
But instead of saying the Cheesecake Factory, it said fuck Trump or whatever. And I wore that to work one day, and I was trying to see who was paying attention.
Like no one was.
Nobody was really paying attention.
No one was at all. But that's crazy though. I actually forgot that you did that shit.
That shit was funny as hell.
I actually forgot you did that shit one time. Yeah, I had my situations at that job a number of times, but like, yeah, going back to like the house fire thing, like that shit was crazy because like I remember this is so crazy, bro. Like everyone and their grandmother tried to help me, bro. It got to the point where like people were giving away so many different like clothes and stuff like that, bro. They had to take all the bags, like it was at least like 40 bags of clothes, and they had to put it in the upstairs like storage unit because that's literally where the only place we could put it. And the manager called me up and told me to come upstairs and said, like, this is all yours. Like, you gotta take it home. Wow. You gotta take it home. You can't just leave it here because they all brought it for you. But some of them ratchet people literally like gave my sisters like their used bras and shit. It was a little weird. Like I'm not gonna lie. They actually did.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
crazy. I hope your sisters don't still got them bras either.
No, they didn't even wear those. They got rid of those shits.
That's crazy. But nah, to get back to what we was really talking about before, like the time period in which you was at the Cheesecake Factory wasn't, you were going through a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like your family is starting to get back to themselves now more in their, being that they've settled into the house that you live in now.
Yeah.
Your parents getting high and shit. Type shit.
Yeah.
They're trying to enjoy.
I mean, dude, like they trust me, bro. Like when it was illegal, they were against it, but it was also mainly because it was illegal. They weren't necessarily against it in general. They were just against it because it was illegal, and they just wanted us to obviously just follow the law, regardless if you agree with it, whether or not it's wrong. But that was what she was afraid of. That's what she was worried about for the most part. Because the crazy thing is that like everybody in my family smoked at least one time in their life now officially. So it's like everyone's used it now. I'm the only one that's realistically more consistent with it than anything else. Like it was even crazy because like I remember back when I first actually like when I was 17 and I got it for the first time and I brought it home. I showed it to my sisters, and my older sister, she was okay with it, but my younger sister, she was terrified. She was so terrified of it, like beyond scared of it. And then obviously she got on the train. She got on the train and she used it. Yeah. And, everyone else has used it now.
Bring on the edibles.
Exactly.
That's what y'all need at like the family party.
They all like it and shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if they do it anymore. But my mom, she loves it. She was a fan of it. Like my nigga, like I only gave them like a 5 milligram and 5 of THC and 5 milligram CBD bottle of weed water. Just 5 milligrams, and they split it in half. So 2.5, and they're gone. They're ripped. 2.5 milligrams, and they're off the walls, having a grand old time.
Hey man,
like that shit is crazy, and that's how you know that they're
like it used to be.
That's how you know that they're lightweights.
Yeah, they ain't got.
Well, it's mainly because they've never done it before.
They ain't got no tolerance.
Exactly. So like it's different for us because like we have tolerance level. You feel me? So it's like, but yeah, they enjoyed it a lot. And I literally, before I left for here, I took them over here. My mom's like, "Could you get me some ice cream, please?" It's like that munchies kicking in.
Kick in quick.
That munchies kicked in.
That is too funny.
She just wanted it, and she just got finished cooking banana bread.
That is too funny. Yeah.
And she might eat the whole
ice cream to go with the banana bread.
She might eat the whole thing.
She might.
It's like it's wild, bro. But it's like it's so crazy to me how that happens. That like you literally go from you hate it, you're against it, you don't want to see it or even look at it, to now that you're older, you want to try it. You want to try it and you like it. And you gotta you regret all the shit you said to me and like all the ideas and misconceptions you had about it, and now you gotta unlearn that shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild, bro.
Hey, parents wait their words one day. You the big dog now, man. You gotta show them what's good.
I gotta show them the ropes and shit.
Show them the ropes now. now you're the one with to be teaching.
Yeah,
I mean, they're the ones.
At least teaching them in this department of life.
Yeah, exactly.
And shit, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Cause even like with drinking, my parents don't even drink like that, but they wanted me to like be a social drinker, which I think was stupid, but it is what it is.
Right. All right.
But
well,
you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, we'll wrap it up for today. You know, another day, another podcast.
That was a funny ass podcast.
It's been a funny one, man. You know what's going on. As was the cameraman, Randall. And we'll be back in the next one. We'll see y'all next time.
I just realized that camera was off. So I'm